Okay, so part of today's lesson is we're going to draw angle bisectors. Before we can draw that, we have to understand what it is. Bisect means just to cut in half. So an angle bisector, we are going to divide this angle into two equal halves. To do this, it says you are shown angle OPQ, and it says whose measure is 126. Draw your best estimate of an angle bisector by clicking and dragging a ray out from the vertex. So click and drag. Then it says also, to be marked correct, your drawing must be within 5 degrees of the correct bisector. So if I'm clicking and dragging, I don't really want to look too much at the line. I want to look down here. This is where I want to look. This is showing me where my angle is. Like if I'm down here, the green side's really a lot bigger than the purple. I want to split those in half as close as I can, just estimate. It's an estimation here. You got to be within 5 degrees to be kind of correct, but it's still just an estimation. So I'm going to say that looks pretty good to me. Let's see what it looks like. Okay, and I got it correct. I was off by 1 degree. Nope, 3 degrees. So if I was drawing an angle bisector, this is weird that it says 64 and 63. I don't know how I'm supposed to cut that off. But it says a perfect bisector would result in 63 and 63. They should both be 63 degrees. You really have no clue why that's there, but you can ignore that. Either way, I got it correct because it gives me 5 degrees. It's an estimation. If it's within 5 degrees, it's going to count. So we're good to go there. That's all you do on these. You're just going to try to make a bisector. You don't even have to read the directions anymore. You're creating bisectors. All right, so I say it's right there. I think that's probably a bisector. And I'm close again. If you're wrong, you just go to the next one and try again. There's going to be times where you're off a little bit. This is pretty much an assignment just to get you used to the idea of what a bisector is. Okay? Now, additionally, there's another section we're going to do. It's the same thing, only now you're drawing, and it gives you little numbers. Right here, it gives you numbers at the top, right? So what do you think is going to happen? Yeah, they got to have the same number. And I just kind of Mickey Mouse Clubhoused you there. I waited for you to answer at home, and then I said, yeah, good job. But that's all it is. You got to make sure those two numbers are the same, okay? The different part here is it gives you questions. You got to think about these a little bit. So I got HIK, and it's asking me if HIK is half, if half of HIK is the same as JIK, and it's not. HIK would be congruent to JIK, so half of HIK is not going to be. It'd even be a smaller angle. It'd be 21.5 degrees. And it says, okay, well, is JIK equal to half of HIJ? Well, yeah, HIJ is the big angle that you have, right? If you cut that angle in half, then you're going to have JIK. So that's going to be your answer. Don't miss these because you're not taking your time on the multiple choice at the bottom. If you have to, you can plug the numbers in. You can throw them in. JIK, it even tells you right up here. JIK is 43 degrees. HIK is 43 degrees. HIJ is 46. So if you have trouble reading your angles, we'll get to that point. But if you have trouble reading them and you don't understand them, just remember the middle angle or the middle letter of your angle is the vertex, and you just trace the line from one to the other. But even on these problems, even if you don't know which angle's which, it gives you the number values up here. So it says basically if you plug it in, it's 43 degrees equal to half of 86 degrees. Yeah, it is. And that's all there is to it.